this before I forget. Yeah, it's gonna be good. You took your pictures?
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I first started doing the cleanse, I would forget to take my freaking pictures all the time.
Chris was like, you don't have any pictures? I was like, I have 0 pictures out of the 4 times I've done the cleanse because I always forget to take pictures.
Yeah.
Without fail.
I finally, I remember this morning, I was like, oh, the picture. And same thing with the program. Like, 80 Day Obsession, no problem. Morning Meltdown, I totally forgot to take a picture. I took them like in the middle of the day, and I was like at already 8, all bloated. Oh my God, it was terrible. All right, well, I don't know everybody else tonight, but hey guys, happy September. Who ordered pumpkin spice Shakeology or is ordering pumpkin spice Shakeology? Amy, why are you on 2 thingies? Oh, there you go.
Because I couldn't figure out to get my computer on before. I didn't know where my mouse was, but now off the phone.
So my favorite pumpkin spice recipe, how I like to make it, I did it with, so when I make my shakes, I don't use a lot of water because I don't like my shakes watery. I like them like very like thick, like a milkshake. I do water, ice, banana, I do a whole banana, peanut butter, and like vanilla. Tastes like pumpkin pie. So good. So I wouldn't, it's not like, for me, it's not a flavor I could just like mix with water and drink. It tastes more, well, for me, it's just not like that. Like, I like to blend it. It's so good. And then top it off with some whipped cream. Delicious. I was making my shake and I'm like, oh, I really wish I could put some whipped cream on here. Right now, or like coconut whipped cream is the kind I get. And I'm like, damn, I can't even do that for like a cute picture. I mean, I could have scraped it off, but that's a waste of whipped cream. All right. So if you weren't on your team's Sunday planning call, I hope you listened to the recording. Do you record yours, Amanda? I record mine. Yeah. I record them. We pretty much, if you know, today's pumpkin spice launch, still available for purchase. So if you have any people who are dragging their feet, let them know they have sold about 48,000 boxes of pumpkin spice already, which is pretty crazy. But you can continue to talk about it until it sells out. Tomorrow's Woman Crush Wednesday, so make sure you tag your peeps in a picture. Mine's not going to be working out, so I'll have to figure something else out. Thursday, what I'm doing what you did, Amanda, with like the team I coach because blah, 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 blah. So if you have not done a 15-second clip of I'm a Beachbody coach because, please do so and send it to me, please. Because I want, obviously, to have everybody possible I can in the story. So Thursday, it's going to be like coaching jab, and then Friday is Feel Good Friday. And then like for the weekend, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I told my team, like, be you. Like, obviously Saturday's my going away party, so I'm gonna be sharing a lot of that. Like, I want people to see, like, not just constantly talking about something where I'm trying to get them to sign up for something or buy something. I just want to share who I am, take them through a weekend with me. I probably will talk about Morning Meltdown 100. I'll be talking about the cleanse because I'm going to be done with it. So just kind of whatever fits into your weekend after the week, be about it. And then we have a coach mentorship or coach sneak peek on the 9th, which Amanda's going to run that one. And then on the 23rd, which I'm going to run that one. And we asked on the last call, please, everybody, just be on it. They're both at, I believe, 8 p.m. I don't know where Amanda went, but I'm pretty sure we do 8 p.m. And there are going to be live calls. So if you have anybody who's been interested in coaching, who you've given info to about coaching, have them get on, have them listen. Tell them it's a different experience. They get to get on with the team. And then we get to just show team unity and team bonding and all of that. So since the beginning of the month, I just want to share a video from somebody named Trent Shelton. I love him. He was a football player. He works a lot with Rachel Hollis. And I was listening to like videos on my way home from my derma appointment to play for you guys. Cause I was like, I don't know what happened. Stupid thing. Oh my gosh, hold on. I can't exit out of my screen. This is not good. Are you serious right now? Stupid MacBook. Okay. It's about like planting the seed and trusting the process. So I know a lot of us get really frustrated when we post things and people don't comment on them, or we share stories and people don't click the poll, or they don't drop their email, or they don't answer your messages back. number one, if people aren't messaging you back and you've been messaging for quite some time, look at your message, see what it sounds like. Like I said on the last call, read to somebody else. Something I've been doing is just kind of sending short and sweet messages, giving people compliments about like, oh my God, one girl, I love your workout clothes. Where do you get them? I'm literally a fitness activewear addict, you know, and asking questions and say, thank you so much for following me. If you send somebody a message and you give them a compliment, oh my God, you guys just froze. Can you hear me? Okay. So if somebody messaged you and it's like, oh my God, Amanda, your daughter is so beautiful. I love all the bows you put in her hair. Where do you get them from? And thank you so much for following me. Amanda's obviously going to message her back. And if not, then that's really like rude of you. So like if somebody that you give a compliment to, and make sure it's genuine. Like if you can't find anything that you have in common with this person, unfollow them, have them unfollow you, and move on. You don't want to be messaging people who are not your people. If you find something that you can generally message them about, then those are your people. And then I'm letting the conversation go from there. Like the guy from Instagram who I'm working with even said to me, like, you're not going to go on a date and tell the guy you're on a date with everything about you in the first 60 seconds. And I was like, yeah, that's actually like a kind of a funny way to put it. So that's how the last like week or so, I've been messaging people, and I've been getting a lot of interaction. But also just trusting the process, because I see so many coaches come into this business and they don't see results right away, like the results they think they should see. Like maybe they're hitting Success Club, but they're not at Emerald yet, or they're hitting Success Club and they're at Emerald, but they're not building as quickly as they want to be, and they quit. I've had a coach quit 4 times and sign back up 4 times, and she quits every time because she needs the money, but she's not like, they're not working to reach those goals or trust in the process. So it's September, it's a new month, it's a new time of year, and I want you guys to be consistent with what you do this month. Don't show up today talk about pumpkin spice Shakeology and then you don't come on your stories or you don't post about anything tomorrow. Like that'd be me like sharing all about my cleanse today and then I disappear for the next 3 days. Like make sure you are showing up consistently, because if you are planting the seed, people are going to come around eventually if you're being consistent. So I want to play this video. It's really short. Very short and sweet, and I really got to clean up my desktop. It's getting worse and worse. I'm just not what I want to do right now. Oh my God, Amanda, is that your post? Look cute.
You haven't had a break in like forever.
Anybody else
so
hate
you search for a
freaking
beach
ads?
vacation. Sunny beaches, sandy beaches, big beaches, small
Hate
beaches.
them. Okay. Can you hear this?
What's up, rehabs across the world? Trent here. It's actually taking in the sunset, protecting my peace in New York City. And you know, one thing that I know for a fact that a lot of people don't have these days is patience. And I like to think that patience is a part of faith, right? Believing the odds are beatable even when the odds say it's impossible. It reminds me of, having a gardener's mindset. Now I remember going to Little Rock, Arkansas to visit my grandpa, and he taught me a valuable lesson. Bless his soul, he's no longer alive. But he taught me a valuable lesson about patience and about having faith. Because sometimes we think faith is, even though we know it's seeing the unseen, but a lot of us, we think faith is actually like seeing it, then believing it. But faith is believing it before you see it, right? And hoping that it comes to fruition or that harvest will take place. But I remember going to Little Rock, Arkansas when I was a little kid. And my grandfather, he had this garden. He grew up on a farm, so he was a gardener. I was far from it. But he had this garden, and every time we would go there, I would be like so intrigued of the process of planting a seed and watching that seed grow. Because I'm a firm believer in life now that every seed you plant will grow, whether it's positive or whether it's negative. And so we'll go there and we'll plant these seeds, different seeds, just different crops we wanted to plant. And I remember one specific time when I was down there and we planted seeds. I was probably 7 years old. Literally, we planted the seeds, and 2 hours later, I went to my grandfather. I was like, "Grandfather, we must have did something wrong because, like, we planted the seed 2 hours ago. Nothing has happened." And my grandfather always said, "Trent, just be patient and trust the process." So, at 7 years old, 6 years old, I think patience is 2 hours later. So I go back to him 2 hours after that and say, "Grandpa, listen, I'm like, it's 2 hours. It's 4 hours now. We planted the seed. Nothing has happened." He said, "Trent, just be patient and trust the process." So patient to me than tomorrow. So the next day I go to my grandpa, I say, Grandpa, look, we did something wrong. Like nothing has happened. We planted this seed. I thought we did it right. He said, Trent, just be patient and trust the process. So that whole process of me coming to him lasted till we left back to New Orleans. And I remember a few months later, he called and he asked to speak to me. He said, Trent, guess what? That seed that we planted, it's time for the harvest. That crop grew. And he said, in life, always have this mindset. Just be patient and trust the process. And so a lot of people look at my life now and they see me traveling the world, speaking all across the world, and they see Rehab Time, millions of people, and they think it was an overnight thing. It took a lot of long nights. It took me going to places where one person would show up, 10 people would show up, where nobody was watching my videos. But I knew, just like my grandfather was teaching me, if I did the right things, put in the work, if I had faith, if I believed the odds were beatable even when the odds say it's impossible, then that harvest will come. It's been a decade, it's 2019 now. And the seeds I planted back in 2009 are now showing up. My point in making this video is to ask you this question. Are you being patient? Are you trusting the process? We live in a social media era where I like to call it the microwave era. You see so many people start something today and they expect the result tomorrow. They expect the result next week. They expect the result next month. They expect the result at the end of the year. And a lot of people quit because those results don't show up on their time. Anything that takes time to build is powerful. Great things take time. So remember this. As long as you're watering the seed by hard work, dedication, commitment, consistency, doing the things that you know you need to do, just know that that growth is going to happen. And my definition of faith is simply this: believing something is growing even when you can't see growth taking place. Just like that seed that me and my grandfather planted. That gardener knows that something's going on beneath the surface, even if it doesn't show up some months later. Like I said in every single video, it all starts with you. It's rehab time. Let's get it. Trust the process. Be patient. Have faith. Let's get it.
Get it.
Hey, what's up, Trent here? I want to say thanks for watching my...
Oh, you are so welcome. I love him. I want to like be friends with him and hang out with him.
But you need people like that in your life.
I love him. So who feels like they're not patient with their business? Everybody's patient. You don't ever sit to yourself and go, oh, why aren't people messaging me or answering me back? Or why isn't anybody liking my post? Or why isn't
Kim.
press club?
I'm
Kim.
not in any aspect of my life. That's why I don't have kids. I have no patience. At all.
I know, that's what Logan's mom says, don't have kids. I'm like, changes when we have our own kids. She has no patience. Don't even get me started there. But yeah. What were you saying, Kim? Kim, you want to say something? Go ahead.
No, I was saying that I have no patience. I was agreeing.
Sure doesn't.
With your business?
It's not that I don't have patience. It's when you see everybody else around you succeeding and you're not, you're like, what the F am I not doing that everyone else is doing? That's when I notice I'm losing my patience, because it's like, I'm not getting where I want to be.
So as far as like when you look at everyone, who is everyone?
Like you all. My team.
So Amanda.
No, turn this off.
Why?
Because I'm on the
Press Club literally like the last day of the month. Last month.
It at 9:30 at night.
So what do you think you could be doing more of? Because there's always stuff we can be doing more of. So like for me, I've been a coach for 6 years. Now that doesn't mean that I see new coaches come in the business and they hit Success Club. and they hit emerald and they hit diamond, and because they treat it like a business. So sometimes, and this is something I have to always ask myself, is are you treating it like a business? Are you setting business hours? Are you doing the vitals every single day? Are you messaging at least 100 people a week? It doesn't matter if you message 20 people a day. Some people do all their messaging in a few days. One coach spoke on the National Wake Up Call, who was an elite coach this year. He said, I don't message people every day. She goes, but I make sure I message at least 200 people a week at least. But, are you showing up on social media? And if you do, is it only to post about pumpkin spice Shakeology or your workouts? Like, are you sharing anything else? Are you sharing you, like, besides Beachbody?
Yeah.
That was a question. Yeah, what?
I mean, I think I'm showing more of my life than just Beachbody. Like, I put a lot of Peyton up there and stuff, and our family activities.
Yeah, and that's good. I think the one thing, like, for me, and I'm like, I know for Amanda too, was like, and Amy does this too, like, we talk a lot to the camera, and like we share. I know I get the most responses when I do stories and I'm talking, and I'm like, when I got emotional about my grandma or my mom, or like really putting heart behind my stories, because you can look at a lot of people's Instagram stories and they post a lot about their cute kids, but like, I don't know, like, your story, like, I know your story, but like, with like, I don't want to say it.
I mean, I definitely need to get better at being behind the camera.
Yeah.
I feel like I get really awkward when I have to like record something.
And I think like, don't though, like, just be you.
Okay, so I have noticed some people, when they're afraid to be behind the camera with the video, are you more comfortable doing live? Because usually people are one or the other, recording or live.
And I don't mind doing both. But I mean, like, a lot of people aren't going to watch lives like they're going to watch your stories. And then people
Right.
who watch your lives who don't watch your stories. So, like, for me, I find
Gentle with her.
who I was looking at. But, like, stories are, like, everything to me, at least. But, like, I used to be nervous, too. And, I mean, like, you only get better at something by doing it. So if you're not trying to do it, you're not slowly planting those seeds,
Mm-hmm.
you're never going to get better at it. But like, you're a lot like me, like, we're very outgoing people. Like, I have let that me like shine through, like, I swear, because guess what, that's me. So like, I might drop an F-bomb once in a while, or I might show people last night that my brother was drunk flipping me off behind me on the Ranger. I'm like, that's him. This is what I deal with. Like,
Gentle.
and like, I'm having a cocktail, but I'm getting ready to run a Labor Day flash sale. So like, you just have to let that. I've noticed since I've like let me actually come through, I get a lot more interaction and people telling me like, okay, you are really genuine as a person. You're not like trying to BS us or anything. And I don't always have my makeup on or my hair done, or like, I look like this most of the time. So, there's always more we can be doing, or things that we can work on. But you actually have to work on them.
Yeah, I need to like work on reaching out to people more.
Yeah.
That's something
So
that
you're getting better at being in front of the camera.
Yeah, I've noticed that with her too.
But
I
she needs
feel
to
so
reach out
awkward.
here. But you don't, but like, that's the thing, is like, you don't really come across awkward anymore.
No,
Like, you could tell that you're getting more comfortable with it.
because you've been doing it more. I mean, like, Melanie gets on stage in front of all of us, and she's scared shitless. Like, she has extreme anxiety. Like, she loves speaking in front of people, but like, she has really bad anxiety. So like, you just got to do it. The more you do it, the more comfortable you're gonna get.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
he spoke in front of crowds of 10 people. Now he's speaking at Rachel Hollis's Rise events, but like, he just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it and getting better at it and getting better at it. So like, you could always, like, you can't compare yourself to me because I've been a coach for 6 years and I've been doing this for a while, and I am getting in front of the camera and I am messaging people and I am hitting Success Club because I'm doing all of the behind the scenes work of the vitals and the lives and the messaging and the talking about coaching. I do it. And I notice if I don't talk about coaching, I'm not adding as many coaches to the team as I would if I was talking about coaching. So like you just have to really get real with yourself. And wherever you're struggling, you know, you can ask us, but like you gotta be consistent. She's throwing stuff. Being back, consistently be doing it. So like whatever that one thing is that you're struggling with, like make it a goal all week to do it. Like focus on it. Like that's one of the first things you do in your business hours is you message people. You know, you want to get better at message people. I'm going to message 10 people. You want to get better at being in front of the camera? Get in front of the camera and just like talk. There's big be you. Like I talk to myself all the time when I'm alone. I don't know if anybody else talks. I talk to myself all the time. Aw, kitty. But did like anything like resonate with anybody from like what he said?
I took some notes. I put them in the Level Up Leader chat, but I wrote,
Oh, cool.
every seed you plant will grow, whether positive or negative. Like I thought that would be like a good hook for like a story to tell. Just be patient and trust the process. And that's again like a good hook. It could just be like a picture. Like a lot of you, like immediately I think of Kim. I think of Kim doing a before and after of like trimester 1 and 2 and showing her stomach grow and writing, just be patient and trust the process, and talking about like what we talked about today, how you've been struggling with your body. You feel like you're letting go of your fitness. You feel like all your hard work you're losing it, but in reality, you're not, because you set your body up for success for your pregnancy. And like just something as simple as that quote, like I instantly am like, that would be a good story.
Right.
There's another one. Are you being patient? Are you trusting the process? And then like that could be like an end hook to like a story that you tell. Anything that takes time to build is powerful. That could be like a picture of like the team or people that you're with or whatever. And then believe that growth is happening if you can't see it happening. And that could be, again, like a pregnancy thing, or that could even be like me, like, if you look at my side-by-sides from MM100 phase 1 to phase 2, you can't see a huge difference in my stomach, but you could see a huge difference in my arms. In my back, there's a very big difference. So it's just like those kinds of things. Like, I feel like sometimes as a team, like both downlines, as a team, we struggle with like, what do we post? How do we make it worthwhile? It's actually kind of funny because we talked about this at my professional development today. We're doing a new writing curriculum, and they talked about that as writers. Sometimes we struggle, right? You struggle to find the words, you struggle to how to start, but sometimes you need to just like not think about the end product and just think about just like starting it.
Yep.
And when I sit down, I don't go, I really need to make a post about this. I look for a picture that I know has to do with one of my 9 squares I have to post. And I take that picture that I know fits that category. And then I write my story. I don't go, I need to do this. And I need to write about this. You have to like withdraw emotion from it, you know? So I put them in Level Up Leader. I'll put them in Anchor by Fitness too. But if you can't find emotion in what you're trying to write, and where was it? If you can't find emotion with what you're trying to write, you're not going to be able to elicit a story from yourself, and you're not going to be able to captivate your readers. So just real quick, because I know I've talked for a really long time. For example, I posted at 7:30, I posted the recipe, right? My Instagram followers are really used to me posting stories. So it's been up for 27 minutes and I've only received 5 likes, and that's not a lot for me at all, because my audience is used to me storytelling to them, and I just put up a picture of pumpkin and wrote, here's a really great recipe. If you want it, comment below. Do you know what I'm saying? So you also have to think about it in that sense too. Like, you might notice that your audience is changing and stuff like that as you're trying to storytell, but know that that's where you're going to get the more authentic users, not just people scrolling through and double tapping.
Right. Yeah. And a lot of people, when they don't know what to post, and they just don't post anything.
Right.
So a tagline is huge. Like, that is what's going to get people's attention. So if strong tagline, strong picture, tell your story. You know. Like I had Logan take a picture of me today when I after I got out of the shower with my pumpkin spice shirt in front of my brother's like view of their house. And I'm like, perfect. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I might use it tonight. Probably will. And talk about how, and I'm just going to, today's about, like, my 9 squares is about me. So I'm just going to post about the fact that we're moving to a beach and I'm scared shitless. And my whole wardrobe is going to change. And my falls are going to be different. And, like, fall's my favorite time of year. Like, I'm going to pour heart into it. And other people who love fall and they grew up by a farm, like, they're going to be able to totally relate because those are my people. Just sharing a story and being authentic. We need to take a picture before we get kicked off. I like listening to him. He has a good book out. He's really genuine. I really like him. So whatever it is that you are struggling with, if it is planting that seed with people on stories, on your posts, in your emails, whatever it is, start planting the freaking seeds and trust in the process. At the beginning of the month, you have all month. Make sure you are consistent with it all. Your posting, your storytelling, your videos, your team, getting on team calls, getting on the coaching, sneak peeks, all of it. Amanda, are you ready to smile? I want to just be like this.
I should have worn mine. I'm going to wear mine tomorrow morning.
Ready? You have the same shirt?
Yeah.
Target. All right, ready? Don't mind my chest.
I'm going to wear it tomorrow.
All right, guys. So this week, do what's scary. Because that is where change comes from. Getting out of your stinking comfort zone. And planting the seeds so they grow. Okay.
Yep. What are you going to say?
Yeah.
I wasn't saying anything. I was just thinking. I have to pee. All right, day 2 for our cleanse people tomorrow. Stay tuned. We're going to rock in results. You'll be so jelly. You'll be like, let me share your results.
Tomorrow's my day 1.
Yes, tomorrow's same.
Good luck.
It's only 3 days.
I know. 3 days. I got this.
You got
Bye.
Bye-bye. Be good.
Bye.
Stop throwing things around. You're going to be in trouble.
Ooh, she's blowing kisses.
I just yelled at
Bye.
you. That's so nice of you.
Oh. And this one gave a kiss to everyone.
You look just like you, Kim.
Okay, the camera's up there. Give a kiss up there.
She literally looks just like you.
She does.
Ciao.
She's a little Kim.
It's past your bedtimes. Let's go.
Well, Kim, don't tell me what to do. I don't have a bedtime.
That's my bedtime.
See you on Saturday.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.